Good day, everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying a happy Martin Luther King 2021 day. And been a real good day for me. After I come out here and lit the heaters around 6:30, just after dark last night. I proceeded to bust my butt right here coming out the door, and I don't know how I did it, but some way or another the ropes on the post there, I was able to grab the post, but it didn't stop me from falling, and I went on down holding on to the rope and just naturally born got a rope burn on my arm there, and I don't know how I poked a hole in the joint there at my thumb on something, but anyway, life goes on. And I have learned over the years that hide will grow back, and in most cases. So I hadn't done a video in a couple of weeks, and thought I'd do one. My ginger is still trying to grow some. And I got some much bigger pots, and I'm a 25-gallon pots to say big, and I'm going to try to take a few of these out, the whole clump out of the pot, and try to transplant it into the bigger pots where I can keep adding soil, because that was the way I understood from years ago when I started and was reading videos and all, that you, as long as you keep covering it, it'll keep growing. So I'm going to give it a try. These here, that's still the white turmeric that I have got to get taken out. And this is a new ginger that I had gotten the other day. I've splurged and got several more new turmerics and some new gingers. Pregnant onions are sure enough really doing well, which I think there was one that, thought there was one here that had a flower on it. I know there's one in the other greenhouse that has a flower. These are the white turmeric that I have already repotted. See, I try to repot as soon as I take some of it apart. The rosemaries are really doing nice, and some of the garlic chives. These are some of the new ones I got. The black turmeric and a green turmeric. And then I've still got a number of pots of the just regular old turmeric that I've had for years now in here. Seems like anymore I get less and less done every day, and more that needs doing. I'm grateful that I still have more days that I'm able to get out and do something than the days when I don't. With the colds we've had down in the 20s lately, and freezing and all that, the moringa has died back a little bit more. I still see a little green on one or two. These are some new, the white in there, though, and the white turmeric that we looked at are grow bags on it are 10 gallon, and these are 7. And this is the old turmeric here. And Move it in between the two greenhouses here and line it up and down the way I had it last year in the black pots, but that's my intentions. And I'm trying these. Those pots are, they say, are biodegradable. That trying to make a little smaller footprint of all the plastics and everything, which Lord knows I do still use plenty of plastics, but anyway, I do think about such things and do try. Oh, can't see him very good from here, but that bloom there that's the bloom off the pregnant onions. Have new growth, which if you remember in some of the other videos, I talked about the Yaba mates. I planted some of them, or one of them, in the yard to see, and it still got leaves on it after all the freezes and everything else. And so I plan on planting more of them in the yard this coming spring. Still have some of the cratums that's of a size that I can ship. And these leaves here, that's the red Hawaiian turmeric that I got, and they were still green and growing, so I haven't taken those two pots apart yet, but it won't be long. Getting a lot of new growth on my I have two mulberries here. Both are ever-bearing, and this one, you can see, does have some fruits on it. And have blooms all over my miracle fruits. And this was another ginger that I had gotten the other day. Little miracle fruits are coming along nice and growing well. And I just potted up these 20 the other day, and I still have more germinating in the house. And as cold as it's gotten, I'd thought they would get bit back more than they have. I'd started to cut all the stuff off the top and get it off the plastic, but I never did get it done. And that's okay. It hasn't hurt it too bad. A little over 60 in here, and I did have some of the heaters going last night to keep the chill out, as I will again tonight, because if I remember right, the weather is calling for 33 tonight. Most mornings, with where I've been setting the heaters and all, I find it to be around 50 or above, and I'm happy with that. And main thing is trying to keep it above 40 is what I shoot for, and so far I've been getting what I'm aiming for is above 40. Walking onions over here, I got to get them cleaned out, and I had an order for some walking onions that I will be mailing out Tuesday. And in my talking and all that, and talking to rosemary and the walking onions and different things, you know, if you hear something that you're interested in, message me and we can talk about it. Still have some green lemongrass. Down here some forsythia and gardenias. And more garlic chives. I have the Mexican petunias, both the purple and the pink and a white. Still have a few of the white blooms. And the red is a salvia that I've given seeds away for years. This past summer I didn't give a whole lot of them away. Just the way everything went. $125 or yeah, $125. These were the Hawaiian red turmeric here. The 4 and 10 gallon pots, which, like I said, that's the first time I've been using these pots, and it's an experiment. I've got to pot some more of that up in pots that I know it will grow and do well in. And I still got all this to take apart. There's probably another 30 pounds or more of the turmeric there. This is my big pineapple sage. So many things. I planned on rooting some more of it and haven't got it done yet. This greenhouse has been closed up for about 3 or 4 days now, and I opened it up to do the video and intending to get out here and water today. This has worked out real nice for me. There's been no added heat or anything else. I've just been watering it, and you can see there's some of the dead that is from whenever I first, me and my helper moved the stuff in the fall. Things got overlapped and crowded in and so many leaves that couldn't water. The water didn't get in all the pots, and I wasn't going to try to dig everything and move it around every time I watered, and I just let it go. And so some of them died back then and burnt. And then more of these got it whenever it got down to 23 was the lowest we've had this winter. Peppermint down there, and some of it got bit, but peppermint has always been good to me to come back. We'll take a pretty good freeze. And that's where everything is today for me. Busted a little wood this morning and still got the clippings over there on the dirt. And so far I'm not seeing anything trying to bud out over here. Like the fig trees is one that usually starts trying to bud earliest and then gets froze when we have a late freeze in March or April. Blessings, everyone. Wash your hands. Please wear a mask.